What up, y'all? I figured I'd give y'all a tour of our new office. So we're gonna take the elevator up to the first.
So how do you eat, if you never take the mask off? You just do. All right.
I'll take the next one.
So Brawlhalla decided to reveal the signatures for the new legend Tezca. And what am I supposed to tell you? We already know gauntlets are insane from both a competitive as well as a clipping standpoint. And battle boots look insane too, considering what kind of flashy plays we saw on the trailer. But this video is not about boots themselves. Instead I want to go over Tezca signatures, compare them with other SIGs that are already in the game, and discuss why I think this legend's potential might be nuts. So let's start with Gauntlets NSIG. It kind of looks like a mix between Azuri Qatar's NSIG and Zariel Gauntlets NSIG to me. It seems to catch very high up, it has an offstage spike, and the onstage angle seems great for team combo follow-ups where you catch someone high out of like D-Light Sair on Spear and send them back towards the teammate. Also, a spiking signature on Gauntlets just sounds crazy to me by default. Let's continue with Gauntlets Side SIG. The startup looks similar to Mordek's Gauntlets DSIG as well as the hitbox, and your active input basically gives you a choice between Caspian Gauntlets Side SIG and Petra's active input on Gauntlet Side SIG. In short, this SIG also looks amazing for team combos, similar to Caspian signatures, or maybe to send someone into a wall in the offstage. And I don't have to tell you that the Petra variant looks absolutely amazing to kill someone early. Gauntlets DSIG. The only SIG I can kind of compare this one to is Orion's Spear NSIG. I'm not sure though when you'd use this down SIG over Tezca's NSIG on Gauntlets, but one thing I'd like to point out is that when you hit it off stage, this SIG is also going to spike. So I would imagine it could be followed up with a throw into a dare or a ground pound, similar to how you can follow up Orion's NSIG with like a chase dodge down air or an egg drop. With gauntlets out of the way, let's talk about battle boots and start with the NSIG. It kind of reminds me of Mako's Qatar's NSIG, especially with the angle it sends at. And the move also seems insane for recovering, similar to maybe like Sentinel Qatar NSIG. Also, depending on how boots play, you might be able to follow up on-stage hits, similar to like Asuri's NSIG on Qatar's, where you do Asuri NSIG into downlight. So that depends on how exactly boots will perform on stage and how quickly the moves come out, so we'll see about that. Next up is Boots Side SIG. This move seems to have a decent amount of force, which might be helpful depending on how much Boots will struggle with killing. Other than that, this SIG seems fairly straightforward, maybe doable out of strings, but similar to the NSIG, we'll have to see how the weapon plays to see how exactly the SIG will turn out in strings and combos. And last but certainly not least, we have Boots DSIG. This might be the most interesting SIG in his entire kit. Again, you have two versions. One similar to Caspian's Gauntlet Side SIG, where you send your opponent backwards, good for team combos and offstage war shenanigans similar to Gauntlet Side SIG. And then a second version that sends forward. The interesting part is that this forward option, if performed offstage, seems to also have a spike. So this SIG might have the highest potential in his entire kit. To sum everything up, I believe Tezca is going to be super fun. I can't wait to test him and Boots when he releases, which I believe is going to be on the 14th, so we'll see about that. Anyways, let me know what you think of Tezca, and I will catch you either in one of my future streams testing Tezca or in my next video. Until then, have a good one.